what a fall from grace periodontist Charlie Adelson has taken. Once a wealthy playboy, living the high life, driving his Ferrari through Miami, and dining in upscale restaurants with a new hottie on his arm every night, now he finds himself slumming it behind bars and over-the-top excited about being served a burger and fries from Wendy's in the back of a police van. If you didn't know the crime he committed, hiring hitmen to unalive his brother-in-law, you might even feel sorry for him. I have to say, for a guy who's supposedly brilliant enough to be a periodontist, he's pretty damn stupid. He threw it all away for his sister and to make his mother happy, and now she's in the slammer too. Charlie apparently has been displaying some very disturbing behavior after being sent to South Dakota because, of course, he tried to blame the crime entirely on Luis Rivera and Sigfredo Garcia, claiming that he was basically blackmailed into paying them. So he's sent to South Dakota for his own safety. Then they brought him back to Leon County Jail in Tallahassee, Florida. And it was in the Leon County Jail that he started to have this meltdown. Now, his mother's trial, Donna Adelson's trial, began on August 19th of 2025. That was the first day when they did jury selection. On August 20th, Charlie apparently broke the jailhouse rules by draping his blanket over his bunk bed inside his cell, basically creating a tent that concealed him from view. Now, this is an absolute no-no when you're in jail. So a corrections officer noticed this, knocked on the bars of the cell, and Charlie, according to a jail log report, became, quote, enraged and disrespectful, end quote, toward the staff. He shouted, quote, "You bitch-ass liar, you're going to die today," end quote. He also went on to say some really bad stuff. I'm going to change the first letter of the words, and then hopefully you can decipher what he said. It's so bad that TikTok and YouTube will not permit this language. "Go duck mock, you warring ass biatch." Yep, you heard that right. Then he called a police officer a wussy ass mother effer. He put a P on the word wussy though. Pretty gnarly language for a periodontist. The jail log also alluded to Charlie using the N-word. So what in the heck was he thinking? Is he trying to get himself unalived in jail? You don't want to tick off the brothers in there. You don't want to alienate the corrections officers. They can turn a blind eye, you know. There was a second incident 11 days later, which would have been during his mother's trial. It occurred on August 31st. During a routine medication pass, Charlie complained that the cell door slammed on his toe. His reaction was described as explosive. He said, quote, "Ouch, you ran over my effing toe. You are really effing stupid. Congratulations. Call your lieutenant and I'll tell him how effing stupid you are. Now open the hatch and give me my medication like a normal person, like someone with a brain." Ouch. So the sergeant refused to open the door at that point until the lieutenant arrived. When asked about his injury, Charlie said, "My right big toe, I don't think it's broken. I just think it's effed up. It's fine. I would just like my meds." Then Charlie was escorted to medical, where a nurse noted that the toe looked fine. There was no swelling, no redness, no torn skin, no injuries. Basically, there was no anything on the toe. It just makes it sound like he's crazy, like he's losing his shit in jail. Another incident occurred a few days later on September 3rd, one day before his mother's guilty verdict was announced. Charlie had a follow-up with medical. He claimed once again that his toe was nailed by a door in the Tallahassee jail. He said to the nurse, "I mean, I can still walk on it and the nail hasn't been ripped off." So the staff wrote that there were no obvious injuries to Charlie's toe. This is so weird. Is Charlie truly losing it? Do these outbursts and toe complaints have something to do with his mother's trial? Are they unrelated? Who was he referring to when he called somebody a liar? Now remember, before Donna Adelson was arrested, her son Charlie would call home and he would complain and she would talk to him for hours. Well, now he's basically down to his dad Harvey and maybe, just maybe, his sister Wendy, although I doubt it. Why is Charlie acting out in ways that could get him either hurt or worse, unalived? In jail, it's best to lay low. Don't tick off the corrections officers. Don't tick off other inmates. Try to fly under the radar. Charlie already has a target on his back because he threw Latin King gang member Luis Rivera under the bus during his own trial. So I want to know what triggered Charlie in August and September. It seems likely that his mother's trial could have stressed him out, maybe. Was Charlie freaking out that his mother would be found guilty and therefore he would never be able to see her again or speak to her or get commissary money from her? Did he see the writing on the wall and know that his mother was going to get convicted? And did he think maybe that made his appeals less powerful? Did Charlie freak out because he saw the primary controller in his family, Donna, suddenly without any power and now behind bars, likely for the rest of her life? Could Charlie be experiencing what amounts to a symbolic death of his mother in a way, and also of his family? Is the utter destruction of his life, of his family, of any future, is that hitting him now? I mean, he's pretty much powerless. And I'm sure he lives with constant fear of getting a sharp object jabbed into him by another inmate. Maybe Charlie never had the inner strength that it would take to not go crazy in prison. He didn't just lose a mediocre life on the outside. He was living the dream of a lot of people, making millions of dollars, having enough money to get a Ferrari and a boat, rich enough to have a lot of attractive women interested in him, adored by his mother and father and sister, maybe not his brother, but oh well, a really nice house according to Jeff Lacasse, Wendy Adelson's boyfriend in 2014. Charlie was living a very privileged existence, and now that's all gone, and he's getting excited in this police van over a meal from Wendy's. I have to believe he's secretly chastising himself for being so stupid to get involved in his sister's situation. Remember, Charlie has his own son, a little boy named Roman, and he's not going to be able to help raise Roman unless some miracle happens. So I'd say that life pretty much sucks for Charlie Adelson, a guy who basically was living the perfect life at one point. He's got to be kicking himself for doing his mother's dirty work. The other possibility is that he's acting crazy because he wants to freak out the inmates and the corrections officers. If you act loony and like a loose cannon, maybe they will fear you. I don't know though, I don't think that's it. I get the feeling he's really losing it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please smash that like button. This is Bed Crime Stories, and I hope you have a lovely day. And if you're not having a lovely day, turn it into a lovely day. Have the mindset that the rest of the day is going to be awesome.